Carolyn.
Hi, Barbara. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
This is great.
Here we
to
go
see
again.
You.
Yes, this is
Yay.
terrific.
Another conversation that's enlightening and entertaining and uplifting.
Yay! Hello, everyone. Carolyn Beauchamp, my friend, who is doing some audios and videos with me, and we've had such a good time, haven't we?
It's so fun and so inspiring. Yeah.
Carolyn is a clinical hypnotherapist and been having great conversations with me flying by the seat of my pants and her being more structured. And it kind of works out nice for us, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does.
People learn in different ways, and this helps everything be exactly that.
Yeah.
You learn the way that you take it in. So, yeah, we're at Carol Gore's home. She lets us use this beautiful home, and we do a lot of video here too for our YouTube channel. It's called the Sacral Compass. And so what we love the most is that we're able to share the things that are shared with us so that we can become more of a unit working for the same kinds of a collective consciousness out there, so that we are all in this great space where we are creating light, more light.
Absolutely, brothers and sisters, in the evolutionary leap that we are now entering.
And we are entering the leap. We were just discussing earlier how this is 225 is year 9, and we thought it was kind of important to share these kinds of I call them trinkets and treasures for us, so that we can share with you. Year 9 is the ending of all things. So if things look like things are ending, that doesn't mean in a bad way. That just means that there's an ending of a time, an era, and now we're moving into 2026 as the year 1. So this is like a prep work for us that has been being done in this time, the last 6 and 8 weeks or whatever it has been for you. For me, it's been 6 or 8 weeks where I'm just floundering. It's like, what's going on until
there's a lot more to that too, because we're at the end of the Kali Yuga. I don't know if anyone
I don't know what that is.
Yes, well, it's very, very fascinating because the earth goes in cycles, like 26,000 year cycles. And we are at the end of one huge, in the Kali Yuga, it was more restriction, it was more dense. It was more dense. We are now entering an age of a complete restoration, spiritual enlightenment, growth and evolution. So it's even bigger than what anybody even realizes.
Yeah, yes. I fully agree. This is some of the things I wanted to share because I've been getting all this information that it's like, how do I talk to other people who are unaware of it, but yet wouldn't it be better? I would want to know that the year is changing next year so that nothing is happening in the same way. Don't try and use the same things that worked last year and the years before that. They won't work anymore. That's the end of that chapter, and a new chapter is beginning. And so that we are actually moving, and like we'll talk about the now, but we are actually moving into year 1 and being prepped for your consciousness creating right now exactly as you think it is, as you think it's going to be, it will be. So what you're thinking.
That's
and like
right.
Carolyn has mentioned, it's in the now right now. Nothing is behind and nothing is ahead. It's now.
Right, and the subconscious only operates in the now. So we want to be very, very sure to use our phrasing, to use our voice when we state what we want, to not just say what we want. That's a good starting place. Know what you don't want so that you really get clear on what you want. But then once you do know, state it as an I am. I am prosperous. I am fulfilled. I am successful. Because we want to say either I am, I do, I have. Because the subconscious does not think in the past, and it doesn't see into the future. It doesn't operate. It doesn't even listen. It's lying on the couch eating cookies. It's not even listening to you unless you say I am, I do, I have. And with the Kali Yuga ending, we are now entering the age of the 2,000 years of peace that they talk about in the Bible.
Yes, I know. So all the things that you have been informed about, whether the fear tactics that are out there and those sorts of things, you can have that if you want to be in that frequency. If you don't, push it aside, because that will not be your reality. Your thoughts bring your reality. So you can have what Carolyn is talking about as easily as saying, I am, I have. What was the other one?
I do.
I do. I am, I have, I do. And change your language a bit. And we, again, reiterating, but when
Well,
you want, and the universe is hearing, I want, I want, I want, I want, then the universe is going to give you more to want.
that
It's
is
not going
absolutely
to
right.
give you what you want. It's going to give you more to want.
That's right. So get clear on what you do want, but then state it as you already have it.
Yes.
That's important. And also the feeling, because we tend to get more emotional about things that we don't like. We tend to exaggerate them emotionally with fear and doubt, and the feelings are what create it. So you have to have a thought with a feeling. So we want to be very, very certain that when we come up with a thought, we're matching a frequency, a feeling of a frequency of higher elevation in the present moment, such as the I do would be, I exercise daily, or I eat healthy foods, or I
Wonder if
whatever.
that's not true. Wonder if that's not true. I don't exercise daily and I don't eat foods daily.
Right.
Act as if it already is. Does that work?
Well, that's absolutely right. If that's what you want, if that's what you're creating, if you say to yourself, I want to exercise daily, then when you say I am, or I exercise daily, I'm at the gym every day, yes, then you say that as one of your affirmations, then your subconscious, we call it conditioning it in hypnosis. The more it hears it, then it starts paying attention, and then it says, what was that you were saying? It gets off the couch and puts the bag of cookies down, and it starts listening. That's exactly the way it works.
So your brain, your consciousness is always listening to you, always. So you really do have to watch your language and pay attention to what you're saying. Years ago, I used to tell somebody who was quite round that putting the picture of the bikini on the fridge is not going to help you. And I don't care how many affirmations you say about, losing weight by summertime like that. Your affirmations are never going to work until you align with it as truth. When you align with that truth, then the universe says, oh. And how we did it was to say, I am healthy. I love being healthy. I love how my body brings me the food that I want. And this lady was saying she kept craving differently. I said, sure, because you're telling the universe, your subconscious mind is saying, you love how you look. You love that your clothes are fitting better. It may not be true, but the universe doesn't know it.
That's right. The universe only knows what you're telling it with feeling.
And the more emotion, it shoots off like a rocket ship.
That's
The
right.
more, and that's why I'm so animated. Everyone says you're like a cartoon sometimes. Yeah, I know, but I am so animated. And I think that's why everything manifests so quickly for me. I'm like a rocket ship manifesting. And so that's why I make sure I stay out of the negative. And for the most part, I can dabble back into it for a minute, but it feels so badly that my own interior tells me that's not where I want to be, and I quickly shoot out of there.
And let's reframe it. Instead of saying, I don't want to be in the negative, say,
Yes.
I am in the positive. We need to start turning around what we're saying. I have this with people all the time. They come in, I say, what do you want? And they say, well, I don't want this or I don't want that. And I say, no. I didn't ask you what you don't want. I asked you what you do want. Because the giant waiter in the sky is there ready to take your order. What would you like, ma'am? What would you like, sir? And if you're saying, well, I don't want this and I don't want that, he's standing there with the pad and the pen and he can't bring you what you want. Very simple.
I love it. And life is simple. Everything that you want and desire is in you all the time.
That's right.
How it is vocalized is very important. And that's some of the things we're trying to share
Yes.
with you. And to reiterate in ourselves as well.
Yes, because we're
we're
reaffirming
constantly.
in ourselves. And then let's take it even a step further. You're telling the waiter what you want. Let's use this as an analogy. When you're in the restaurant and the waiter comes over and says, what would you like, ma'am? And you say, or sir, and you say, well, I'll have the fish of the day and the salad, and I'd like this dressing and the vegetable of the day. Well, the waiter says, very good, and walks off, and you carry on your conversation with your dinner partner. Do you wonder if you're going to get what you want? Do you keep turning and saying, I hope he brings me the fish. I hope he comes back and brings me that vegetable I ordered. No, you order it. Here's the key. You expect to get it. It's on its way. Your order has been placed.
Same. it's really wonderful, and it's fun right now to be in a group of people. I'm here in Marco Island. Our friend Carol Gore, I think I already mentioned. We do videos all over the place, but this is one of our favorites, particularly at Sunday afternoon, and it's a good place to be. We gather here with groups of like-minded people, and although not just because like-minded doesn't mean that we're all alike. It just means that we're on the same page quite often, or a page close by, so that we can have these great intermingling conversations where we're learning from each other, because we're not all to do the same things in our lives.
No.
We have different lives, even though we're so much in sync with the ways that we think and choose to be.
Well, we're on the same frequency.
Frequency.
Yes, we want to keep it on a high frequency, but then we have our own diversity, and that's what's so beautiful, because we weave and bob with each other. Oh, what do you have to add? Oh, and I can add this, and I can help you with this, and you can help me with that. And that's the beauty of it.
It all intermingles, and I love when I'm working and I'm on the clock, if you will, and then within a day or so, the information I had just given, never seeing it before even, comes up to me and confirms what I just said.
How beautiful is that? That's what we call
Yes.
synchronicity.
Yes, it's so confirming to know that, we are all guided. And for me, it's easy because I'm not a thinker. And you can ask anybody, I'm not a thinker. I forget my shoes, I'll forget my purse, all that. They take care of me, thank goodness. That inner, outer consistency of soul growth. I call it it's my soul growth working on my behalf. They're right here with me all the time, as they are when you call them what you want. You call them, angels and guides or counsel, whatever you want.
Exactly, the universal intelligence, the guiding force, the wisdom within you. I say to people, I don't care what you call it. You can call it Gumby.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you call it.
I say you can call it Bubba God. Today I was listening to a Bashar, that's how you say his name?
Bashar. Yeah.
A video, and I just found him. He's terrific because he says what I've been saying. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. I've been saying this for 20 years and now I'm hearing it confirmed. I thought I was a nut, but no, I wasn't. I was just open to hear. And now he was saying today that a lot of people have named their angels and guides and all that stuff. He says, actually, we don't have names. He says, we're more like a musical note.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Because I was told that years ago too. Everyone wants that. I'm talking 25 years ago. And my angel's name is this, and my angel's name said he was this, and it's like, oh, that's nice, but it was not clarifying truth to me. It's like, that's okay, I'm not going to bring it up, that's for sure. How do I know?
Well, and if it doesn't come
But
to
it
you
wasn't.
automatically anyway, then
Yeah.
then it means it's not necessary.
Yes, and I guess that's what it was for me, because I have asked for, protection, in what comes in as truth must be the truth. Now, not just my truth, because we do see things differently. Your truth is different than my truth, but there is a basic truth.
Yes.
And so this is what I've always had protection for, and I'm grateful for. But to think that, they're not names, they're notes, tunes, like the tunes of a song. And so when we're together quite often, I have also said we were in harmony.
Well, that's just like...
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just like the saying, music and mathematics is the language of the spheres.
Yes.
It's the harmonics of the universal. That's how spirit communicates.
Did you see that latest video where they're hooking up these little receivers onto plants in a forest?
Oh.
With a setup, a high-tech setup, microphones and speaker systems, and it sounds like the Philharmonic out there.
Wow.
With the plants' own frequencies connecting to a tree, to the plants, to a fern.
No, I never heard
Yes,
that.
I'll send it if I can ever find it again. I'll send it. Can you imagine? So remember the tree huggers we all laughed at?
Yes, no, it's
They were
real.
right.
Yes.
They were right. They do create a harmony. Look at, if you could see, now in a few minutes I'll give you a surround thing.
A pan.
A pan.
A panoramic view.
There is so much energy all around us here, and you too, even if you have just house plants around, they are communicating with you.
Oh, well, guess what happened to me once?
What?
This actually happened. And I know people would think you're off your rocker. I was sitting in my backyard meditating, and I have a huge, over 100 feet bamboo thicket just in back of my backyard. It's not in any of the neighbors, it's just in mine. It's huge, and it creaks. It's so beautiful. I was meditating one day, and it spoke to me. It actually spoke to me. The bamboo was speaking. And that changed everything for me. I thought, we are communicating. We have the ability to be in sync with everything. Because guess what? We tend to think, oh, the tree is nature. The rocks are nature. The water is nature. We are nature.
And we all harmonize. We are the tune.
Absolutely. We are the symphony.
The frequency.
Yes, and back to back to that frequency. Everything is energy, and it's a frequency.
What a beautiful day we're having today. I hope your day is better, because there's a few things here, the treasures or trinkets that you might have gotten from our conversations of sharing, and just wanting to continue the harmony that surrounds us right through there, so that it can reach you, because this is how we communicate, right here to here.
It's right from the heart.
Right from here. This is the communication levels. Did you know that the heart actually creates thoughts? Because we're just into this now. This is like,
Heart math.
Heart math. And it's like, I'm getting it better. I heard it a long time ago. And
Me
it's like,
too.
okay, well, I'm doing fine the way I am, so I'm good. But now, as I'm evolving for year one coming up, I've been jumped ahead. And that's the only way I can say it, because I don't feel the same anymore. I'm not satisfied. I don't feel the same as I did 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago.
Well, once again, how can you when you're jumping into an entirely new frequency where a 26,000-year cycle is ending, which has been of oppression and negativity and literally
Fear.
under the thumb, fear, where now it's lifted and it's light and love and peace, 2,000 years of peace.
Expect it, and it's yours.
That's right.
You know the second half of prayer? You know why people's prayers don't get answered quite often? I asked them, were you expecting your prayer to happen and come true? Well, everything in His time, they say, or when God's time. It's like, I don't believe that. I believe that if He doesn't give you what you want, He'll give you a supplement until He can. But the second half of prayer is expectation.
Oh, absolutely. I would say it actually is
you
right
don't-
with it.
Yeah, if you don't expect Him, God, the source, to give you what you have asked for, because He says, ask and it is given.
That's right. Just
Why
like
would He
the
lie?
waiter.
Doesn't lie.
No,
Just like
the waiter, you don't doubt that you're going to get the meal you just ordered.
So,
And also then the second one, though,
Yeah.
Barbara, is put feet to your prayer, which is in the
yes,
scriptures
yes,
too,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Yes, we must put feet to our prayer. We
Act on
ask
what you know.
as if you've already received it, and then take action. It doesn't mean just, oh, I'm going to ask for $1 million. I have $1 million, and just believe that you have it. Yes, you have to believe it, but then yes, it's not going to fall out of the sky. You have to put feet to your prayer and take an action toward achieving that.
Answer your inspirations. If you've been praying, don't neglect the inspirations that are coming for you. Those inspirations are what's going to get you to what it is you've asked for.
Absolutely.
And if you are inspired, remember too that someone else is out there praying, and you might be the answer to someone's prayer. But if you don't act on that inspiration, someone's prayer doesn't get answered, and then we have to take the time to find somebody else who will act on that inspiration to answer these people's prayers. So think of it like that. You're probably a prayer solver, but you need to act on inspirations
And inspiration.
and have faith in them.
Yeah, inspiration, inspired, comes from the Greek word inspiritu, which is in spirit.
In spirit.
So there we go back.
I love the synchronicities to life. If we take the time, and I'm aware, I get a lot that, well, I'm working, I have this, when I get home, I have family, I've got homework for the kids, I've got laundry, my weekends are not my own, and what is it you want me to do? Meditate? Well, meditation can be anywhere, anything. It's a frame of mind. You don't have to sit with a candle and all that stuff. Meditation is a frame of mind that you put yourself in. You can even go to sleep at night and go like, oh, thank you for the day is done. Everybody is happy. We got through. Or whatever your prayer is, that's not mine, but I'm thinking about someone who's too busy to do anything but put their head on the pillow and fall asleep. Give thanks. Tell them what you want to pray about. I mean, sleep dream about. Sorry, tell them what you want to dream about. Give me the sweet dream that's going to answer my question.
Yes.
And then you need to be aware of it. You can't. When it happens, most people say the funniest thing happened to me, and then they just don't do anything about it. It's not a funny thing that happened to you. It is what the inspiration was to inspire you to get you to where you're going, so you can be a part of your own dream, your own prayer.
Absolutely. And meditation, people don't realize it, but you can do a moving meditation. Meditation is nothing more than a relaxed, focused state of attention. You can be meditating when you're
Again, a
folding the
relaxed,
laundry.
focused state of attention.
Yes.
A relaxed, focused state of attention. 3 times.
Yes. It's the same thing with hypnosis. It's just a relaxed, focused state of attention. That's why it's no mystery. And when you're folding your laundry, when you're cooking the dinner for the family,
yes.
all of that can be a meditative state. Chopping wood, hauling water, as the monks say.
Yes, chop wood, haul water. Yep. Wax on,
Simple.
wax off. Wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
It can be much easier than we think, and much more in the moment and joyful when we just surrender and use whatever moment in our life that we have amidst our duties and obligations to honor in each moment. That you can even make an intention of that. I am creating a daily meditative state regardless of what I'm doing. Right?
Yes, and then it will come habitually because you feel so much better in that state. It will be a habitual thing. It's almost like taking a nap on wheels, because something will give in that state of mind for you that you will really want to be a part of again. It will be a part of you after that. So that's kind of nice. I am aware of people are working. I am aware that people don't have time to do the things, and we're sitting here happily. We're older, we're women in our 70s, looking quite fine, don't you think? It's not even about how we look, is it? Because it's how we feel that makes us look better.
Right.
Don't you think?
Absolutely.
It's how people feel. It's not about how you look. It's not a cream you potion or lotions you put on your face or something. It's how you feel that brings out that in you. And so for those other people, remember that. Smile at yourself more often. Just picture yourself smiling, because it's a consciousness. We have to realize it's a consciousness that rules us.
Absolutely. And another thing that I like to do is put a couple affirmations that you really want to create, that you really want to embody, because you must embody the belief, embody the new affirmation, and write it out on a little postcard and put it on your bathroom mirror. And then say it to yourself looking in your own eyes. That's very powerful.
Very powerful.
Very powerful.
Carol, you know what I did when this was 1998, I had a deathbed experience. And when I was recovering, I really didn't want to. After being on the other side, you really don't want to come back here. You just don't want to come back here. And I had a good life, and I still didn't want to come back. But then I probably got this from someone. I don't think it was my own guidance. And it said to put this sticker on my bathroom mirror, and it says, "Good morning, Barbara. This is God speaking. I'm going to be taking care of all your problems today, so go off and have a good day. Love, God."
I love that.
Every morning. And I would get in there and I would read that first thing. And
I
at night,
love that.
Yes. Good morning. I'm going to take care of all your problems today. Go off and have a good day. Love, God. And it started out with, "Good morning, Barbara." This was fantastic. It worked because, again, everything is in your thoughts. Everything is in your consciousness that's going to rule your life.
Yes, well, consider that stolen.
Yeah, I will. And I've shared it a few people with sick people who are recovering because it'd be easy to die. Look what I've got to do all over again. Now it's going to be 6 to 8 months recovery, da-da-da. It's like, it's not. It's not. You decide how long it's going to take you to recover. Your body will follow the mind.
That's right.
Is that true,
That's
Doctor?
absolutely.
The body follows the mind.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely. Keep your vibration high. Keep in the forefront of your mind. I am, I do, I have. It's always in the present, because as I said, and I would harp on this over and over. Subconscious doesn't hear the past. It doesn't hear the future. It only hears now. So I am, I do, I have, and just keep your vibration high and put feeling into that. You know, I did years ago something that I really, really loved. It just popped in my mind. I was working for a periodontist part-time in Manhattan. And every morning before work, we would go into his office and we would have little spiritual conversations.
Wow.
And he called me his spiritual advisor.
Mm-hmm.
And we had wonderful conversations. And one day he brought me a CD. And it was Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Uh-huh.
And I took that CD home, and it was called, Manifesting Your Dreams, right? Manifestation. I forget the exact name of it, but it was about manifesting. And he was doing it through sound. And on that CD, he would just say, you want to get in your mind what you want to create, and then you make a sound, and it was called the Ah meditation, because Ah is the sound of the universe. So you would think of what you wanted to create, and then you would just you let the ah out, but you put the feeling on the sound while you're thinking it and put that out into the universe. That was so powerful. I manifested a condominium out of it. I was living in a box with another actress. I was performing at the time, a box, and I was miserable, and my affirmation was, I want my own home. And it's in my book. My book's coming out soon.
Yes, you're going to talk about it.
Yes, my book is called Horses to Higher Consciousness, Riding the Cosmic Current. It'll be out in a couple months.
That's fantastic.
It'll be
a lot
everywhere.
Of work behind it, too.
Yeah, it'll be on Amazon. It'll be on Barnes & Noble's website. It'll be various places, and there'll be advertisements for it on YouTube and stuff, so you'll see it coming. Now I forgot what I was saying about it.
Well, the horses, I was just loving the title of it.
Oh, the book, yeah, but I was explaining something. Oh, the condo. So what was happening, I wrote about it in the book, that's what I was saying. So what was happening is I said, this is what I want, I'm creating, I have this. And so I would do the Dr. Dyer Ah meditation every morning before work and every night before I went to sleep. And I can't tell you how fast it happened. It happened so fast. I got a call from another actress. A condo in her building became available. It was a foreclosure. It was really cheap. Well, affordable. It wasn't cheap.
Well, Manhattan, nothing is cheap. Yeah.
It was extremely affordable. I dropped everything. I ran there. I took the number off the building. I called the attorney. I made an offer. I secured it. Boom, done. And I, to this day, say, adding the sound and the desire and the focus that this is mine was a game changer.
The body follows the mind. You put it out there without any deterrent, and it has to manifest, particularly now, particularly faster in year one. So practice manifesting right now. Practice your manifesting right now, because you can manifest and you can create. Same thing, different. You can create what you don't want just as fast as you can create what you do want. Again, the subconscious mind is sleeping on the sofa.
That's absolutely right. And as I keep harping on, the 26,000-year cycle of the Kali Yuga has changed now, and everything is going to be moving forward with ease. Okay? I move forward with confidence and ease. There's a great affirmation. Everything is moving much more quickly. So we want to make sure that we are saying what we want. We're always phrasing.
And align with what you are saying. If you're not aligning, if you don't think it's possible, don't waste your breath.
Right. Or change your mind and decide, I'm going to believe in myself.
Yeah. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always in the right place at the right time for me. And I've been I don't even say it anymore because it is. I've been
that's because you've embodied it.
It's true. It is how I live now. Everything works out for me. I don't care if there's only one seat left and I wait another week. I get it.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter. What is yours, no one will ever take from you. Ever.
Absolutely. And that's my very favorite all-time affirmation. And I put this on recordings for my clients. I tell just about everybody this affirmation. Everything is working to my advantage. Something wonderful is happening for me now. My world is taking care of me. Everything is going according to plan.
I love that.
Things are working out perfectly and continue to do so with ease.
With ease.
All is well in my world.
All is well in my world. Carolyn is just been in a magazine here in Naples for what, you're the top, one of the top 10
Yeah, it was called
hypnotherapists.
10 best in my field of hypnotherapy, psychotherapy.
That's pretty cool, huh? I mean, you know, it's not like I knew she was great. I just really
Yeah, but we didn't know anybody
enjoyed-
else did.
Yeah, well, that's right. We didn't know she was that great. I did because I've used her twice. And you know how stubborn we can be. I can take care of these things myself. I'm pretty good myself. I can take care of these things myself. But, you know, when I just wanted to get over it, because sometimes you don't heal thyself, you know, and I've used Carolyn twice, and I've been, you don't know, I didn't know it worked right away. Mine was a year later when that situation came up again, when there was no situation.
Yeah, we
Because
didn't
we
even
had
know.
taken care of it.
Yeah.
And another time too, it was now it's been about 2 months, I guess, and that has been taken care of.
And
It's
you
like,
know,
oh my God,
It's so great because
it's changing the mind.
and I love what you just said, because sometimes we should always look within and say, is this something that I can change within myself? But it takes real courage and bravery to accept when you do need help. It takes a lot of people are like, no, I'll take care of it. But to have the strength and courage to say, I really could use some help now and I'm going to reach out. Because that's a basic thing. I had that for years. Nobody could do anything. I just had to do it all myself. Right?
Me too.
Right?
Yes.
And we
yes.
can't do everything ourselves.
Yeah.
We need others. Sometimes we need the assistance. And when you need it and you reach out for it, then you get it and things change.
It's true. It's life is really good, and that's what all those people out there warning you about things to be careful of and be aware of. Don't be. Everything always works out for you exactly as it's supposed to.
As
Keep
right,
your
because
thoughts
guess
high.
why? Because why? You know why? Because fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real.
Is that good? This is good. I hope you get benefit from it. I'm getting benefit every time we speak it. And we don't do the same thing all the time. We really never know what we're going to do. But we enjoy it, and we know that it's something that is given to
spiritu.
us. It's in what?
It's in spiritu. It's of spirit.
Of spirit, in spiritu.
It's
Yes, it is.
inspiration.
It is. Inspiration. It always comes that way. We don't sit down and discuss what we're going to talk about. We just sit down. And I feel that we're saying the things that the people at this particular time will hear. And if that one doesn't hear this particular video or see, that's okay. It wasn't for them. They will be
Correct.
tuned in on the ones that do. And I always invite that of people.
I
you know.
love that saying. If you're here and you're hearing it, this is for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Yeah. Let me take a short break. I'm going to show you our background. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is how you manifest goodness. I mean, Carol she's 94 or 5?
Yeah, 94. I
One of
think.
these days when she's inside. And she's wonderful.
She's like us.
She's got more energy than we do, and she knows what we know. And she manifests things beautifully. Let me show you what she has been manifesting right now.
It's so gorgeous. Let me jump out too so they can get the full view.
Hang on just a moment. I think the sun might have been too hot for this. Okay, let's just see. Get you out of the sun. There. Look at how beautiful this is, huh? Carol was saying the other day dolphins were out here jumping around for her friends, as if they were trained. So isn't that beautiful?
Oh, I love the little island.
Yeah, I love it. And look at the difference in the color of the water out there. Just really
Oh.
beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, that's so amazing. And look at
Yeah.
that gorgeous, beautiful. I
Yeah.
think it's a big bougainvillea.
Yeah, I think it is too. Yeah, we're quite pleased
And we're
that
quite
God puts
blessed.
us in a place like this to be but then we've always said, I'm always in the right place at the right time. Everything always works out for me. God loves that He spoils me and I let Him.
I love that.
Carolyn Beauchamp and Barbara Cook-Ashby saying goodbye. Thank you for enjoying us and our view. And we'll see you next time on the Sacred Compass.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.